Hi and welcome back on my channel. I hope you are well and that you had a very great start of the new year. I hope it's going to be a better year than last year. To be fair, I feel like we have some expectations from 2021, but to be fair, it only needs to be slightly better than 2020, and I feel like it's not difficult to make it. So yeah, it is January and maybe some of you have some New Year's resolutions, and as it's January it can be also veganuary. So maybe you would like to cut down on meat and you are looking for some inspiration to do it. You would like to hear some stories from people that cut down on meat basically and how they did it. So that's something I would like to share with you. I would like to share my story of how I become an aspiring vegetarian, because that's what I like to call myself, because I'm not 100% vegetarian or even vegan, no. There is a long way for me to become vegan. Hey! So there's still a long way for me, but maybe one day I'll get there. But I'm happy with the place where I am now, so an aspiring vegetarian, because I feel I cut down meat for about 80%, which is, I think, a huge result within just a year. So yeah, I just like to share my story with you today on how it happened, why it happened, what are the reasons behind it, and also what are the people's reaction on that when I tell them that I don't eat meat, I prefer a vegan vegetarian burger, for example. If you would like to hear this story, then get yourself a snack, maybe a cup of tea, coffee, and let's start. So as you can see, I am a cat lover and basically an animal lover. I love animals, and that is also one of the reasons probably as well why I decided to cut down on meat. So the reasons behind it are, it is not good for our planet. I realize I don't enjoy eating meat, and ethical reasons, so just killing animals, I don't think it's good. And also I just feel better when I don't eat meat. That was something that I was very much surprised with. But let's start from the beginning. So I used to eat meat a lot, a few times a week for sure, sometimes even twice a day, so like toasties with ham in it, then for lunch spaghetti bolognese with some mince, then some chicken fillet when I was going to Subway. Then I obviously has this chicken breast sub, pizza with meat, so I was eating meat a few times a week for sure, at least. So that was a lot. But I remember that one day I realized, it was back in January last year, I was eating spaghetti bolognese that I used to like, and I realized that it's not tasting as good as it used to. Also, I was never a huge lover of meat, let's be honest. But I never felt ready to cut down on meat. And I felt like it's going to be a huge change in my life, but I feel like it was, but I just did some small steps towards it. And these small steps actually worked, and it took me to the place where I'm now, where I cut down meat for about 80%. And if I eat meat once a week, few times in a month, that's all, and I'm very, very pleased with it. So yeah, and I remember that day when I had this spaghetti bolognese, and I knew we are going to London in few weeks. I thought that it is a good chance for me to maybe go there for some vegan, to go to some vegan place, and I knew that my friend is a vegetarian vegan, so I would have someone to go with me there. So we went to London and we went to some small restaurant in the shopping centre in Westfield, and I had my very first vegan burger, and I felt like it's a huge thing for me, because for the first time I had something that is vegan, and I realized it is good. It actually tastes very good and I liked it. So that was the moment when I realized that I would like to try it. So I challenged myself to try to have some more vegetarian food in the next weeks or even days. And I started to discover some options, and something that I very much enjoy are vegan burgers. I can't imagine my life without them right now. There's some, the best ones I've tried so far are from Iceland. So if you are in the UK, go to Iceland, and there they have meat-free, no bull burgers, and they cost £2, so they're not even expensive, and I actually like it. And now every time I'm in some shop and I see some vegan food, I'm like, let's try it. So that was also very good that I started to try new food, because I was quite narrow-minded when it comes to food, and I was only looking for food with meat basically. So it was a lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, chicken fillet, pizza with chicken or some ham, and yeah. I'm not the best cook in the world also, so I couldn't cook much. But I started to think of what I can cook that doesn't require meat. And there are actually so many options, starting with soups that I actually liked and I still love them. So I have some recipes for soups. I know that some soups, most of the soups actually require meat, but actually I don't feel any difference if I use some chicken for the soup or not. Really, there is no difference for me. And I used to just put this chicken leg in the soup, then when it was cooked I was throwing it away basically, because I didn't want to eat it. Because when it comes to chicken, I only used to eat chicken fillets that I like, because I don't like bone food. Just too much effort. So then I realized I maybe shouldn't add this meat to the soup, and I only use the stock. Even now I'm using only the vegetarian stock, and I don't feel difference. Really, I don't feel a difference if there's meat in it or not, so I don't do it. For my dad it's not acceptable, so what is the soup without any meat in it? But for me it tastes really, really good. So soups, vegan burgers. I really don't eat salads. That is not something for me. But there is so much food, like Indian food. Very easily can find vegan option in it. Now in Lidl they have a lot of vegan food basically, and this vegan curry they have, it's great, I love it. So yeah, there are so many options that actually for the food you can have. Just some vegetables. I really like to cook cauliflower and then with breadcrumbs. It's so good. Basically it's taste of my childhood, and I realized that there are so many options, like yellow wax beans with some breadcrumbs, just some potatoes, eggs, and you have a very good lunch. That's something that I enjoyed eating this summer, and that's something I used to eat as a child. So there are a lot of options right now what you can have. So you can go for straight vegan food that is plant-based, like basically kind of ready to eat, or just try something to cook something yourself that is vegetarian vegan. So I tried so much new food, and that's something that I enjoy. When I used to go to a restaurant, I always looked for something obviously with meat, but now I rather go to look for something that is vegetarian vegan. And this food is so good, but I really noticed that they also often add some spice to it. Maybe they try to make up for the lack of meat, they will add some taste to it. I'm not a big fan of very spicy food. I like a bit of spice, but not too spicy. I remember in one restaurant, it was a pub actually, I had a vegan burger, and actually it was as spicy as curry is. So I was just saying that I have basically a curry in a burger, but it was nice. I just needed a lot of drink to it. So yeah, so I challenged myself. I discovered a lot of new food and I enjoyed that a lot. But something that I couldn't imagine my life without, and I still kind of can't, is the pizza without meat. I am getting there. I'm trying to compose my own pizza in Domino's, for example. So what I like, I just put on the pizza. So it's usually just some peppers, obviously cheese, mushroom, sweet corn, nothing else. Yes, it's just some vegetables on it. It tastes a bit different, but it's something that I think I could use to. It's something that I can use to. So yeah, people's reaction when I told my parents. My dad actually took it quite well, despite that he is a huge eat-meater. My mom started to ask me, "Oh, did you meet someone who is vegetarian? Are you doing it for some guy?" I was like, "Mom, no, I'm not doing it for anyone. I'm just doing it for myself." So when it comes to doing it for myself, I also realized that after I have some vegetarian food for lunch or dinner, even if it's a lot, I don't feel that heavy if I would have meat. Because after having this spaghetti bolognese, I felt so sleepy after this food that I need to have a nap. Now after food, I don't feel that full and heavy, and it's a huge difference. I just feel better, I feel lighter. I don't think I lose any weight because I think the reason behind what I look like is just not even the lack of exercise, because I walk a lot, 5 kilometers a day at least, which I know it can be a lot for some people. So it's something between 5 to 10 kilometers a day. So that's a lot, and that's something that actually probably is stopping me from putting more on weight. So the reason is basically I love sweets, and that's my problem. So I can't imagine my life without sweets rather than without meat. I can go easily without meat, to be fair. Now I feel like I can just do it easily. And it's not so difficult as I thought, because I thought it's going to be very, very difficult, but it's easier than you think. So if you are thinking about cutting down on meat, just go for it, try it. Just think of, because probably you're not having meat every day anyway. So start with the vegetarian food that you like. So try to have some soups, some roasted vegetables, I don't know, just try. Indian food has many vegetarian options, I think. So there are many options, really. Just try new food. If you are open-minded and you want to discover new food, that is something for you for sure. And just try, go for it, and you're going to be very much surprised, like I was a year ago. So yeah, my mom, I thought mom will take it easier than my dad, and then I started to cook for her, but she's kind of narrow-minded, and every time I give her some food to try, she always say that it has no taste, and I'm like, it has a lot of taste and a lot of flavor and everything. So I don't know how she can say something like that. I enjoy that food very much. So around me I have some friends that are vegetarian, vegan, and they very much supported me in that, and they were actually happy that I decided to cut down on meat. So like I said, you don't have to do it completely to cut it down to 0. If you just have a few meals in a week that are not going to have any meat in it, that's a very good start already, really. So small steps and you'll get there, really, you'll get there. If you can't imagine your life without something that includes meat, that's fine. Just try to swap all the foods that you have for meat-free food. So yeah, my dad kind of accepted it. He's still kind of like, "Oh, where are you going to gain your strength from if not from meat?" And I'm like, I feel strong enough without meat. And yes, so some people are very much narrow-minded and they are very much surprised when I tell them, and they kind of try to criticize it or tell me that they're right, I'm wrong, and there is no good from eating just plants. But I don't think so. I know I'm right and I'm doing the right thing for myself. I'm not telling anyone to go meat-free except her. Cats need their meat and they can't be vegetarian or vegan. So yeah. So if you want to go vegan or vegetarian, you can't do it for your cat or dog. They need meat-based diet because that's where they get all the nutrition from they need. So that's also that I know, and I wouldn't even try to force it on my cats. So yeah, so I don't try to force it on anyone. For example, now I just cook for myself. I cook the things I enjoy. If, for example, my mom doesn't want to eat it, even when she complains that she eats too much food, too much meat, she doesn't like it, fine, I'll just cook for myself. My boyfriend enjoys vegetarian vegan food. As he says that he enjoys his meat-free days. So when we move in together, for sure we're going to cook. It's going to be much easier for both of us. So we're going to for sure cook a lot of vegetarian and vegan food. But obviously I'm not trying to force it on him. It's his decision. If he wants to eat meat, that's fine. He very much enjoys eating fish. I don't like fish. I can have it, but nah. Or any seafood, nah. So I'll stay with my vegetarian food, if so. So I'm not trying to force it on anyone. If any of you would like to try it, go for it, try it. You might be surprised. So yeah, it's just when it comes to people, they are very much narrow-minded, and that's something I don't like. We should be very much more open-minded when it comes to many things. One of them is food. We need to eat, so why not to try to make it more eco-friendly? Because as we know, eating especially beef, it's not good for our planet basically, and that's one of the reasons of the climate change. It is just not eco-friendly. So that will be it in this video. I hope you got my point. I hope it was inspiring for you. If you are vegan or vegetarian, let me know. If you have any recipes, let me know. Just link them in the comments. I would be very happy. I'm trying more and more new food every day and I'm very happy with it. I got some vegetarian ebook that one of the people I follow, they made this ebook. So I actually tried for now only one thing, but I love it and I'm going to cook it today again because it was so good, and my mom enjoyed that as well. So yeah, so if you have any recipes, leave me them in the comments. If you went vegan, vegetarian during the last few years, you can let me know in the comments about that as well and tell me your story. And yeah, if you are about to try it, I have my fingers crossed for you. I'm sure you're going to do well. Maybe it's not for everyone, but you can just give it a try. Have a few days without it, challenge yourself, and you might be very much surprised with it, like I was surprised. So yeah, that will be this in this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you still don't subscribe my channel, you can do it now. And I hope you're going to have a lovely day. And I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye!